20 December 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, churn the ocean of knowledge about the things you hear, and this knowledge will then trickle into your intellects throughout the day. Question: what skills of the present time will be useful in establishing the new world? Answer: the sanskars of the skills of science with which they build aeroplanes and buildings, etc., will go with them there. Although they may not take knowledge here, those skills will go with them there. You now know the history and geography from the beginning of the Golden Age to the end of the Iron Age. You know that everything your eyes see of the old world is now to be destroyed. Song: you spent the night in sleeping and the day in eating. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you children, just as he explained to you 5000 years ago. Similarly, he is now explaining to you in the same way how the old world is destroyed and how the Golden Age, New World is established. It is now the confluence of the old world and the new world. The Father has explained to you what has been happening from the beginning of the new world of the Golden Age up to the end of the Iron Age. He explains to you all the paraphernalia that exist and everything you see. People have sacrificial fires, do tapasya, make donations, and perform charity, etc. Whatever you see will not remain. None of the old things are going to remain. When an old building is demolished, all the good materials from it, such as marble, etc., are kept aside, and all the rest is destroyed. Your children know that all of those old things are going to be destroyed. The skills of science will remain all the time. All of you know how this world cycle turns and what happens from the Golden Age to the end of the Iron Age. The science is also knowledge through which aeroplanes and electricity have all been invented. They didn't exist previously but have been invented recently. The world will continue. Bharat is an eternal land. There is no annihilation. The skills of science through which you receive so much happiness also exist there. Things that you have learnt are useful even in your next birth. Some things will still remain here. When an earthquake took place somewhere, they quickly built everything new again. There, in the new world, there will be the people who built aeroplanes, etc. The world will continue, and those who manufacture those things will come again too. Their final thoughts will lead them to their destination. Although they don't have this knowledge, they will definitely come and invent new things. You have these thoughts in your intellects at this time. All of these things will finish, and just the land of Bharat will remain. You are warriors and are establishing self-sovereignty for yourself with the power of yoga. There, everything will be new. Even the elements that are now Tamapradhan will become Satopradhan. You too are now becoming pure in order to go to the pure new world. Your children know you will learn all of those things and become very clever. You will become very sweet flowers. When you relate these things to other people, they become very happy. The better you explain to people, the happier they are with you. They say you explain very well. However, when you ask them to write their opinion, they say, I will think about it. How can I write in such a short time? I cannot learn how to have yoga with the Father just by hearing this once. They do like it. You must definitely explain to them that this old world is to be destroyed. There is a huge burden of sin on your heads. This is the impure world in which you have committed many sins. everyone in the kingdom of Ravan is impure, and that is why people call out to the purifier Father. You have this knowledge at this time. In the golden age, no one is aware that there will be the silver age after that. There they experience their reward. Your children are now becoming so wise. You know that the spiritual father is teaching you. Baba is the world almighty authority, whereas those people are authorities of the scriptures. Those people who study the scriptures cannot be called the Almighty. All scriptures belong to the path of devotion, whereas the Father is teaching you new things for the new world. Therefore, your children should experience a lot of happiness. Throughout the day, this knowledge should trickle into your intellects. Students revise whatever they have studied, whereas here this is called churning the ocean of knowledge. You understand that Baba is teaching you an unlimited study. That is, he sits here and tells you all the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. No one apart from you can understand these things. This is why you should experience a lot of happiness. You are very important people. The one who is teaching you is the highest on high Father. So the mercury of your happiness should remain constantly high. Make your intellects constantly revise these things. How you were pure in the beginning and how you then became impure while taking 84 births. Now according to the Brahma plan, Baba is purifying you. All the sages and holy men say, we do not know the Father, the Creator, or the beginning, the middle, or the end of creation. You know, Christ will come once again at his own time. It was as though the Christians had their kingdom over the whole world. But how could that be possible? How can everyone have the same divine directions? Although they say they want there to be the kingdom of Ram, they don't understand anything. Previously, you two did not know anything. You have now become Brahmins, and you know that your age is completely separate. The Brahmin religion is established at the confluence age through the mouth of Brahma. You Brahmins are Rajrishis. You are pure and are attaining your kingdom from shivbaba. Those people have yoga with the Brahma element, not with the Father. Some have yoga with one thing and others have yoga with something else. Some are worshippers of someone and others are worshippers of someone else. No one knows who the highest on high is. This is why the Father says all of them are the devilish community. Those with degraded intellects, they are slaves of Ravan. You now belong to shivbaba. You receive the inheritance of the new world of the golden age from the Father. The Father says, O souls, you now definitely have to become Satopradhan from Tamopradhan, and you must therefore remember me alone. This is something so easy. In the Gita, they have mentioned Krishna's name and shown him in the copper age. They have made a big mistake. However, these things will sit in the intellects of those who come here regularly. So many people come to the fairs. Look how the sampling are planted from them. People of so many religions come, and in that too, there is a greater number of Hindus who are worshippers of the deities. You also have to explain the meaning of Vadya worship and worshippers. You cannot explain too much at the exhibitions and fairs. Some come for 4 to 5 months to understand these things. Some understand these things very well. The more exhibitions and fairs you have, the more people will come. They will feel that this knowledge is very good and they should therefore go to understand it. There aren't as many pictures at the centers. There are more pictures at the exhibitions. When you explain to them, they do like it, but when they go outside where there is the atmosphere of Maya. They become engrossed in their business, etc. This old world is now to be destroyed and the new world is to be created. Baba is establishing the sovereignty of heaven for us. We will go to the new world and build palaces. It isn't that palaces will emerge again from down below. The first and main thing of you have to have faith is that he is your father and also your teacher. He is the seed of the human world tree. He has all the knowledge, and this is why his praise is sung as being the ocean of knowledge. A physical seed is non living and cannot speak, whereas that one is living. The Father has given you all the knowledge which you have to explain to others very clearly. So many people come to the fairs and exhibitions, but only a handful out of multi-millions emerge. They come for 7 to 8 days and then disappear. By your doing this, someone or other will emerge. There is very little time and destruction is just ahead. You definitely have to attend your karmatit stage. Remembrance is most essential for becoming pure from impure. You have to look after yourselves, have the concern to become Satapradhan, because each of you has a burden of the sins of many births on your head. You have continued to come down the ladder because this is the kingdom of Ravan. You now have to ascend with the power of yoga. Day and night have the concern to become Satapradhan. Your intellects also need the knowledge of the world cycle. At school too, you are concerned to pass a certain subjects. The main subject in this is remembrance. You also need to have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle and the end of the world. Your intellects have the knowledge of the whole ladder and how you are climbing the ladder to the golden age, Sun dynasty, by having remembrance of Baba. You have continued to come down the ladder while taking 84 births, and you now have to climb up again quickly. Liberation in life in a second has been remembered. You will claim the inheritance of liberation in life from the Father in this birth and become deities. Baba says, children, you were part of the Sun dynasty. Then you became part of the Moon dynasty and then the Merchant dynasty. I now make you into Brahmins. Brahmins are top not. God, the highest on high, comes and establishes three religions: Brahmin, deity, and warrior. You know that we are now in the Brahmin clan. We will then go into the deity clan. Baba fills the intellects of your children with so much knowledge which you then have to imbibe. How else would you make others equal to yourself? Very few people study and teach others very well and became part of the Sun dynasty kingdom. At this time, your ways and means are unique to the world. It is said that God's ways and means are totally unique. No one apart from you has yoga with the Father. So many come to the exhibitions and then go away. They become subjects. Those who study very well and also teach others can claim a good status. This mission of yours will continue to become stronger and many will then be attracted and continue to come here. It takes time for something new to spread. Many pictures will be made very quickly. Day by day, the number of human beings continues to increase. You know what the conditions will become when the war starts with bombs, etc. Day by day, the suffering will become unlimited. Eventually, this world of suffering will come to an end. There won't be total destruction. It is remembered in the scriptures that Bharat is an imperishable land. You know that your accurate memorial exists in Abu. You have to explain that that is your non-living memorial. Establishment is taking place here in a practical way. You are studying Raj Yoga for Vaikunt, means paradise. The Dilwara temple has been created so beautifully. We are also sitting there. Our memorial was created there before we came here. You are sitting here to claim the sovereignty of heaven. You see, Baba, I will definitely claim the kingdom from you. Those who remember this throughout the day and also remind others will experience a lot of happiness. Students can understand for themselves whether they will pass or not. So, few children out of hundreds of thousands receives a scholarship. The 8 main ones are of gold. The 108 are of silver and 16,000 are of copper. For instance, when the Pope gives medals, he doesn't give everyone a gold medal. Someone would receive a medal of gold and others of silver. The rosary is also created like that. You want to claim the golden prize. By claiming the silver prize, you became part of the Moon dynasty. Baba says, remember me and your sins will be absolved. There is no other way. Just have the concern to pass. When the upheaval of war increases, you will begin to make effort with great force. At the time of their examinations, students busy themselves in making effort in order to gallop. This is an unlimited school. Continue to practice explaining at the exhibitions. People are not that impressed when they see projector shows, but they do become amazed on seeing the exhibitions. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, before the old world is destroyed, make your stage karmatits, stay in remembrance and become satopradhan. Second point, constantly maintain the happiness that the highest on high Father himself is teaching you. Study this very well and also teach others. Listen to this and churn the ocean of knowledge. Blessing, may you be soul conscious and experience being viceless in your angelic form. Explanation, the children who became soul conscious easily became viceless. With the soul conscious stage, you can experience the viceless stage even in your thoughts. Those who are viceless to this extent cannot be attracted by any type of impurity or any type of attraction of the 5 elements. They are called angels. For this, while being in your corporeal body, remain stable in your incorporeal soul conscious stage. Slogan, in order to experience supersensuous joy in your life, especially have love for solitude at Amrit Vela. Om Shanti